All right, here we go. Here we go. So we are going to change things up a bit. We're going to have the test on Friday. We're going to have presentations tomorrow. So I'll make sure I post that on the announcements. And yeah, presentations tomorrow. Those of you at home, please record your presentation and just send the link to your presentation. You don't have to be in it. Don't worry about being in it, but that's what we're looking to do here. All right, so real quick, let's go over professions in psych. So you want to help me along here. So clinical psychologists. What do we have for clinical psychologists? What do you got, Sarah? We'll go around the room. How about that?
I said they help people deal with personal problems. I can't even read them.
Oh, man.
On the iPad.
Oh.
And usually work in private offices, prisons, mental hospitals, and clinics. They often implement and interpret personality tests to determine if and what medication you need to treat the patient.
Yeah, good job, good job. So clinical psychologists usually see them in, medical fields and hospitals, prisons, big one, and just trying to make observable events or to try to understand behaviors. Okay, and yeah, good job, good job. So clinical psychologists. Anybody find interest in that? Maybe do their presentation on it? No? Sarah, did you?
I guess I find it.
No? Okay, well, don't tell me. I want to be surprised by it. Counseling psychologist. What do you have, Booker?
They usually work in schools and
Good.
advising them.
Yeah, good job. So counseling, especially in schools, university, colleges, businesses definitely have them. Definitely with like marriage counseling, so relationships. Might be counseling for rehabilitation with people that might have maybe a problem with drugs or an issue with that, and mostly find them in hospitals, right? Schools, and yeah. So counseling psychology, that's a good one. That's an interesting one there too. All right, psychiatry. What do we have, Campbell?
I said it's especially in medicine, and it's usually a medical doctor who can prescribe medication, mental, emotional.
Yeah, good job. Good job. So using this applied science and giving out different types of medications to help people, maybe maybe in issues that they might have that they can't really control. And counseling obviously is aided with that as well. But with medication and trying to alleviate any type of issue, stress, pain, anxiety. Yeah, good job. Good job. Developmental psychologist. What do we have here for this? Hannah, what do you have for developmental psychologist?
I have someone like therapeutical, so like physical, emotional, and they also study things that happen throughout life.
Yeah, good job. So developmental psychologists a lot of times go through a longitudinal study. So this is the length of a person's life. We're going to talk about that more next chapter because in some cases it's good. It has great results, especially since you're studying one person throughout their development of their whole life. You're getting good data. You're getting good information about that person and how, maybe it's peer groups, maybe it's some sort of learning, or maybe it's a job an occupation that they get involved with, whatever it might be, that kind of changes their view, just the person they are. And then we might have a somewhat of a cross-sectional study. So you are trying to eliminate the time expense that a longitudinal study might have, and you're trying to examine groups of people at certain ages, which, hey, you're eliminating that time expense, but at the same time, you're not getting that exact data you might get from one person throughout their life development. Does that make sense? So again, we'll talk about that more next chapter. Good job. Educational psychologist. What do you have, Z?
Deal with topics related to teaching children and young adults. In the field, they evaluate teaching methods, devise tests, and develop cases.
Yeah, good job. Good job. So with education, if you're ever looking to be a teacher, you'll take a lot of psychological courses, especially with adolescent psych. Big thing with educational psych, like guidance counselors helping people and students with any type of issues, problems they have. Maybe it's planning, scheduling their future through colleges, universities. Maybe it's in the work study. School psychology is a big thing now. So many schools are mandated to have a school psychologist, and I don't think we found one yet for Upper Dolphin. So that's still a job that's open. Maybe you can get your degree in real quick and get after it. That's a lot of years of studying, but who knows? Who knows? I think we might be waiting to see what's happening with this merger. Who knows? All right, community psychologists. What do we got, Sarah?
So they also work in mental health clinic or social agencies created by the state or local. And then they also design help around mental health.
Yeah, good job. So mental health, especially, right? This could be a lot of different things with drug-related issues, rehabilitation. This might be something with relationship and building on that, and try to help benefit these people that might be going through some hard times with that. This could be just understanding the community as a whole, and maybe placing a park or the idea of expansion in that community with businesses or entertainment. There's a lot of different things the community psychologist really has say in and helps try to develop. Really just trying to benefit the community as a whole. And that's pretty interesting, especially with parks, and maybe they're putting in a community pool or whatever it might be to increase the, cooperation amongst the people in that community and the overall benefit, make it a safe place. All right, industrial organizational psychologists. What do you have, Booker? Yeah, good job. So in the industrial field and businesses and factories, a lot of times these industrial psychologists try to put up charts and try to display and show the growth of that company and see their growth in products. Okay, I'm sure you see that a lot at MI, don't you, Sarah? So that to see like almost like a goal or objectives that these people might have to reach. A lot of times I think it's just with the supervisors there, they kind of place that in their location. I know my dad, he does that a lot for his workers and tries to show like, oh, here's what we hit last month or like last week or whatever. Here's the growth that we had. Here's if we continue with this path, here's a growth that we might have, that the profits that we'll reach. And then in many cases, just safety, making sure that people feel safe and showing some of the results and safety guidelines within that industry or in that business. And in many cases, if people have an issue at work or they're having problem with handling work, their workload, maybe it's an issue that they might have with someone on their line, how they can figure some of these issues out before it really affects some of the products being produced. Yeah, that's a great one. That's a great one, especially with use of media and trying to help promote these workers to be the best they can be. All right, experimental psychologists. What do you have here, Campbell?
They perform research to understand how humans operate physically, and they supply information like for different branches of research.
Yeah, good job. So research, right? So you'll see this in universities, colleges. You'll see this in many hospitals. Okay, and a lot of times these universities and colleges work together with hospitals and medical fields to make sure that they can apply some of their research and overall try to benefit and help people out through some tough times. Good job. And then finally here, tomorrow we'll have these presentations where you're supposed to pick a career path, where you're supposed to label and describe what career path you want to choose, why it interests you. So that's a good part. That's a good part to put in that. So what makes you drawn to that occupation or that career path? Degree. Okay, choice degree, certification that you need in order to perform that occupation or that job. Salary, that's a big thing to know, right? So what are you going to be maybe getting paid, some benefits, right? What else? Interesting facts about that career path, that choice. Where locally you can maybe find to work at this place. Okay, maybe it's a school. If you're going through educational psychology, maybe it's a military psychologist. You can go to Fort Indian Town Gap. It's not too far away. Industry factories, right? There's many around here that you can talk about, and maybe if there's someone that you know, like say at MI, right there, you can talk to someone about their job description and maybe see what it's all about, and add that to that project. That'd be kind of cool. And what else? What else is there to really talk about with that? That's kind of what I'm looking for. And then any types of information you grab, APA citation. So I put that in the general information on the Google Classroom page for you to look at, and make sure you're properly citing your sources there. You guys know where to find that? Okay, good. All right, cool. All right, let's go to the case study now. Since it's a shortened day today, I want to make sure to cover over this and go over it, because you might find some scenarios on the exam where you'll have to describe whether or not, what approach would maybe fit best. Okay, so Billy, right? Billy, this case study with Billy. Who would like to read that? Actually, you guys read it already. Let's just go. Let's just go through it. Psychoanalytic approach. So, real quick, who would like to go over the psychoanalytic approach for Billy here? I guess we'll just start and go around the room again. Sarah?
I said his doctor would be analyzing him from the psychoanalytic approach.
Good.
From his perspective, because he's observing that energy consolidated in his mind to diagnose him with a psychological disorder.
Good. Nice. Good job. Now, what is the basic cause of Billy's problems?
I said it would be his childhood trauma, according to the psychoanalytic approach, the unconscious mind, essentially a boiler, holding rising pressure of desires, memories, and traumatic events. Yeah, good work. Good work. The boiler example is a great one, right? So this is something that is pushing him to act in a certain way, and this is his unconscious mind that's pushing him to do this. So this might be a traumatic phase or memory that he might have in his past, in his childhood, that's making him act this certain way. Good work. Awesome. Good job. All right, so behaviorist approach. What do you got, Michaela? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so you're going to apply that famous psychologist there, the behavioral approach. Good job. Good job. So real quick with psychoanalytic, who would that be then? What was his name? Sigmund Freud. Good job. Good job. So then behaviorist. Okay, Skinner, you could talk about. Good. All right. And what do you have for that description? What? Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah. So there's a behavior that he's maybe picking up on, and he's acting in a different way because maybe it was something that was pushing him to act this way. Maybe it was reinforcement. Maybe it was a punishment. Maybe it was something that was given to him to act that certain way, right? And we can all agree to that, especially with, I don't know, let's say you get a good grade on your test. The first thing my mom always did was grab my test and put it up on the refrigerator. It's like, oh, let's show your dad when he gets home. All right, cool. Or get candy, or I don't know, something cool. Or I get to play backyard baseball on my computer, my desktop. You guys ever play that? Backyard baseball? Campbell? No? Oh, what about Madden? NFL? No? What was your reward for a good grade on a test? High five.
Yeah.
Self high five. You can do it to yourself, right? I'm just kidding. Yeah, so just like maybe a reward. Maybe it was something like a punishment that was given to him when he was acting out, or if he was acting badly, who knows, right? Good job. Humanistic approach. What do we have for the humanistic approach? I guess, Campbell, we're up to you now.
I put Maslow.
Yeah, Maslow, yeah.
The person, and then I said that Billy's mental thoughts are like the root of his behavior, and his hierarchy of needs, like kind of they haven't been fulfilled, so that's causing problems in the way he behaves.
Perfect. Good job. So his hierarchy of needs. Remember, we talked about that. We had the basic needs. Okay. We had the psychological needs. Okay, we talked about some of the self-fulfillment needs in as well. So it might have been something with his esteem, his self-esteem. It might have been something with him not getting the love and attention that he needs to perform, or just his behaviors in general. Okay, maybe he has lack of food. I don't know. Maybe he's not getting fed. Oh man, crazy stuff. There could be a lot of things. Good job. Good job. All right, cognitive approach. What do you have here, Hannah? You didn't get this one? What about you, Z? You didn't get that one either? All right, Sarah, what do you got?
I didn't think I did the first part wrong. I was like,
Oh.
people like in this circle that would be in that way.
No, that's fine. Yeah, that's good. What do you have for it?
I said doctor again. It's like one thing to understand how stimuli affect someone, but it is entirely dependent upon how that specific person receives it.
Yeah.
And I said the basic causes problems would be how he perceives what happens to him throughout life, and that if he would change his way of thinking, how he perceives certain occurrences would also be changed, which would also alter how he reacts to them.
Awesome. Good job. Good job. So maybe it's something through experience, right? Maybe it's something that he went through, and it could have been something he learned over time. Okay, within his memories or his ideas of how things should be done, how he should behave in a certain situation or an environment. Okay, depending on what he learned over time and how he picked up on those concepts and understandings, and that's how he acts, or why he acts the way he does. Good job. Good job. So cognitive approach members through learning, experience, and that's kind of maybe how we can detail his behaviors, his problems. All right, so biological approach. What do we have? Michaela? Okay, Wilhelm Wundt. All right, all right. So structuralist idea.
I did.
Good job. So maybe this is an underlying issue that in his makeup and he just really can't control some of his outbursts and his ADHD and his attention deficit disorder, and how that is really pushing him to act the way he does. And there are certain cases and there are certain things that we can maybe help him with that, with medication and maybe calm him down in these certain situations. Awesome, good work. All right, then the last one here, evolutionary approach. Campbell, what do you got?
I heard Charles Darwin and that Billy's behavior and his thoughts have changed over time in order that he learns how to function and survive.
Yeah, good job, good job. So, with obviously evolution, how that evolves over time, it might be something that, maybe it's just peer groups that he's joined. Maybe it's just how he's just as a person evolved and to a point where his basic experience, his ideas, his behavior evolves over time depending on maybe the stimulus around him, his environment. Okay, there's many different things you could talk about that. Good job, good job. Is everybody all on the same page here with that case study? You see how all the approaches and perspectives can be used to explain a certain case, a certain experience, and a certain problem or issue. Okay, there's many different approaches you can use and perspectives, and I think that's really unique with psychology. There's many different perspectives you can look at and to answer a certain behavior. All right, so taking into account all the approaches, perspectives, which do you think gives us the best explanation of Billy's behavior? I guess we'll go around the room here. Sarah, what do you have?
I think a combination of these behaviors and cognitive approaches give the best analysis of his behavior, because they both kind of like the behaviors looks at how stimuli in an environment or something that
Good.
affects him can make him respond, but the other one observes how he perceives it. So it's kind of like a cause and effect type thing, and together they see why and how he reacts to certain things.
Awesome. Good job. Good job. So you're combining the cognitive approach and the behaviorist approach and really explaining his behavior through that. Good job. Good job. Yeah. So it might be a stimulus that he's presented. It might be punishment, reinforcement, like you said, and how he learns from it and how he tries to make connections to it, and how he behaves a certain way after being presented that stimulus, and whether it was in a positive light or a negative light. Good job. Kayla, what do you have? Okay. Why is that?
I just think
All right. Yeah. Good job. Good job. So, with his ADHD and how he's to a point where he can't really focus on certain, I guess you could say, objectives that he's trying to complete and go through in his daily tasks, and it's just really pushing him to act the way he is. Good. Good job. All right, Campbell. I read yours, but go ahead.
I said the cognitive approach, because like the experiences from his childhood and how he processed stuff shaped his behavior.
Yeah, good work. Good work. So based off his memories, his experience, and how he's going to react to that moving forward, and how that really shaped him to act the way he does. Good job. Z, what do you have, buddy? Which perspective do you think out of all the ones we went over? You're not wrong out of any of them that you choose. You can have a combination of them. What's up?
I'd probably say the behaviorist approach,
Okay.
because a lot of it comes from how they were raised and their behavior towards things.
Yeah.
How they react.
Yeah, good job. Good job. So how maybe he was treated by a guardian, a brother, an older sibling, maybe it was his grandparents, how his household was established for him to act the way he does. I know if I ever messed up or did something bad, I always got the wooden spoon. The wooden spoon, look out. I'd always get hit with it, and came to a point through my development, right? Oh, we can talk about developmental stages here. When I was 12 years old or so, got smacked with it and it broke. I'm like, oh, that didn't hurt. Is that all you got? Let's get the baseball out here. Let's go. It's baseball bat. No, I'm just kidding. What's up, buddy? No. Does he owe me anything? Huh?
How much you want him to pay you?
Tell him $20.
All right.
$20. And some beef sticks. That'd be cool too.
All right.
I'm just kidding. All right, Hannah, what do you have?
I did the psychoanalysis approach.
Okay.
Like the doctor explained like what he does for his trauma what has his kid.
Yeah. Okay. So you're saying it's his unconscious mind, right? It's his desires and his sorry. So, like I said, it's some of the ideas of his unconscious mind driving him to do the things he's doing. That's a good one too. I like that. I don't think anybody said that once. That's great. That's great. So you're taking more of a Sigmund Freud approach to it. So these hidden innate desires are pushing him to act the way he is. All right, good job. All right, I hope you guys got the concept of that assignment. Again, many behaviors can be predicted and discussed and talked about, and really based on many different perspectives and approaches to psychology. I hope you guys found that interesting and useful. There might be a certain experiences or certain questions on the test where you're going to have to pick what approach is most appropriate, I guess, for that certain case study. So that might be on the exam, just to let you know. All right, so again, real quick, we'll have our presentations tomorrow. We'll have a review tomorrow, and I'll post the study guide for you right now. So you can work on that. You have it. And you're ready to go for Friday. Does that work? I'm happy with it. We flew through the chapter pretty quick. I'm actually really happy how fast we went through it. It's good stuff. Good stuff. All right, that's all I got for today.